After a hearty breakfast the morning of September 7th, we departed Wayllabamba and were on the trail again by 7:30 a.m. I awoke several times during the previous night, incredibly sick with vomiting and diarrhea, and by the end of the second day of hiking, I would be at my wits' end physically and mentally, retiring into our tent early to sleep for over 12 hours. Day 2 of the Inca Trail was all about drastic changes in landscape and elevation. The flora and fauna on this part of the trek are incredibly varied due to a unique phenomenon called a cloud forest. Cloud forests are in fact tropical forests that prominently feature a layer of dense fog at the canopy level. They're generally found in tropical forests near mountain ranges, since the landscape creates an optimal climate for the low-hanging fog. The result is a gathering of trees that constantly have a heavy mist around the treetops at all times, creating their own unique ecosystems, as the heavy fog both filters the sunlight and provides the underlying foliage with a source of moisture. As such, the environment is conducive especially to mosses and ferns, and tends to be humid and boggy. In Peru especially, the number of species that thrive in cloud forests is staggering. Apparently, there are thousands of species of orchids in the cloud forest of Peru, as well as an unknown amount of flora and fauna that have yet to be discovered. Other examples of the biological variety are hummingbirds and the polylepis or cayunia tree, which grow as high as 11,900 feet. The second notable feature on this day, and arguably the most talked about other than Machu Picchu itself, is Dead Woman's Pass, also known as Warme Wanyuska in the Quechua language, literally translating to, quote, woman who died. This naturally occurring feature is so named because when seen from the valley below, its crests resemble the form of a woman's supine body. What makes Dead Woman's Pass so famous or infamous is its altitude. At 13,828 feet, it is the highest and most dreaded point of the Inca Trail, and nearly 6,000 feet higher than the altitude of Machu Picchu itself. Because much of the day is spent at higher altitudes with fewer trees, the terrain becomes rockier and more difficult, and trekkers are more exposed to the weather conditions of the day, which can offer anything from cool rains to blazing sun to strong winds. And yet, the factors that make the day more difficult than the others are what make reaching the pass one of the most rewarding moments, probably the second most rewarding moment on the entire trail. It's at this mini summit that we all gained a sense of accomplishment. We were undertaking something physically unusual and emotionally strenuous, and it served as a great life moment for us to be there. After a short rest at the pass, we had a 2-hour, 2,000-foot descent to our campsite called Pacaymayu, which rests at 11,646 feet.
What up?
Another peak. How many hours did we climb today? 6. Yeah, 6 of 2 hours. 6 of 2. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I went to the top and then came back around because I didn't want anyone to feel
Yeah, it was
bad.
really generous of you. I wanted to thank you.
Yeah.
Bon appétit, bon appétit.
I haven't had it in a long time, but I feel like I like it.
Is it like round corn or something?
God Lord, look at what we've done. Woo, we're so cool. I don't even know it. Like, you know, people think we're really cool, but I don't feel like it. A bathroom. I hope they make us more popcorn.